Hi everybody, this is Mark Newgent. Come at you live at the park from Woodbury with my son, hanging out on this nice Friday afternoon, 5:30. Come at you live. Again, my name is Mark Newgent. I am a candidate for Irvine City Council. If you're watching this in replay, then it must have been really good for me to leave it up on my Facebook. This is actually made for the live audience. So I'll just be kind of hanging out for 20-30 minutes doing my daily live video, and probably be deleting it afterwards. So hey, how's it going? So feel free to share the broadcast, ask questions. This is for the live audience, for you guys to ask me as a candidate questions, and feel free to record it if you want. And that's about it. So I'm just going to hang out live, ask you guys questions, talk about my platform, talk about things happening in Irvine, etc., etc. So feel free to ask questions. Again, my name is Mark Newgent, candidate for Irvine City Council, hanging out here in Woodbury at the park. So again, this works if you guys ask me questions, and we'll talk about my platform, my campaign, upcoming events, anything that might be concerning to you as a resident of Irvine. Not to mention, I kind of like hanging out and talking to people, so why not? Coming up, I will be probably host some coffees with the public, and I'll be inviting everyone to join us for coffee, and you can meet and greet me personally and ask me questions, or just ask me questions here, up to you. We will have several forums in Irvine, but doubtful. We usually have a very small audience for those, because most people, they miss those. So again, just come at you live. It works if you guys share the broadcast and ask questions. If someone can give me a sound check, that'd be great as well. I'm always nervous with my new broadcasting equipment. I do have some of my new equipment here. So this is supposed to block the echo. Got this off Amazon the other day. Kind of excited about it. Upgraded all my equipment, and I got new tripods, new studio lights, things like that for this campaign. Other than that, it's 5:30 in the afternoon, so I'm just gonna sit here. My son may come on camera. So okay, hey Ruben, thank you for the sound check. Also, Ruben, please ask me questions. It's actually interesting enough. I had a Michael Vega give us a campaign donation of $100 the other day, which was pretty awesome. Wednesday night, I sent out an email, about 45,000 emails to all the registered voters in Irvine. We had one nasty response right off the bat. Then we had a whole bunch of positive responses, a bunch of phone calls, and a donation, which was really motivating. So Ruben Vega, where are you from? Are you from Irvine or another city here in Orange County? And again, I'll just kind of sit here and stare at you guys till you guys ask me questions and talk. I will talk while you're typing up your questions. I will talk about my platform. There it is. It's already been released. I have it on the website, all these things in details. I will flip the camera around so you can see it, and then I will read them to you. Some of the key issues are obviously public child safety, better traffic management, fiscal responsibility, lower taxes, open, honest communication with the public, smart growth. Some people want no growth, so smart growth and development, positive relationships with iusd and TUSD for school safety and reduce overcrowding, recruiting and retaining quality police, city employees, and avoid centralization of power and keep decision making local. So we can go just down the line on this. Public and child safety. Most of us are parents, or like our parents and like our families. Irvine is a very family oriented town. So that's always a priority, and the big appeal to Irvine is the safety of this city. So that's a priority. Traffic management. Traffic's gotten really bad right now, so that's an issue, and everyone wants everyone to fix it. And trust me, there's only one position on the traffic. Everybody wants less traffic. There is absolutely zero politicians saying we want more traffic. They're trying to fix it. All right, Ruben Vega says, I just got a comment across my screen. I don't type too fast, but I'm living in Irvine now and love it. Well, if you could vote for me, that'd be awesome. And tell your friends to vote for me. Okay, so fiscal responsibility and lower taxes, exactly what it means. Don't be spending money. A lot of politicians will promise you the moon. They'll promise you everything. Just vote for me. Vote for me. I'll promise you everything. I'll build gold statues all over the city. It's just crazy. So lower taxes. No one likes, that. Okay, so open, honest communication with the public. I don't know how much more open I can be than, my whole life is on display right now. And if you're looking at these photos, that's the first time I went to combat. I was out there protecting little kids at a school. Going to combat, I was ready to kill, and I was ready to die. Honestly, I went to a war zone. I was prepared. I did not expect to see all the kids everywhere. That really messes with you. I was working with some special forces over in Indonesia. These are my kids, my wife. Okay, so Ruben Vega says, I think that's tough traffic because you have OC driving through Irvine. Yeah, I know. It took us years for traffic to get this bad. It'll take us years to fix the traffic. So anyway, smart growth development. This is a huge issue in Irvine. I don't have a big emotional attachment either way. I'm just going to do what's right for the people on this growth or no growth and development. If the people, not me, the people want any kind of development or growth, the big concern is make sure the schools are built first. Other than that, I'm going to leave that up to the people. However the people want me to, do the growth thing. Again, I'm not elected to represent myself. I'm elected to represent the people. So going down to positive relationships with IUSD and Tustin Unified School District for school safety and reduce overcrowding. Just like you said, obviously school safety is priority number one. I have 2 children. You can hear my son in the background. He's playing on the swings. He is my priority. His life is more important than my own. And I would assume that pretty much every parent thinks the same way. Their children are very important to them. And then also reduce overcrowding. So I'm sitting here in Woodbury, and to my left, where I'm sitting now, is Woodbury Elementary. And my son's supposed to go there. My house is around the corner from here, and we can't go to that school because of the overcrowding. And that is by poor planning and egos and fighting between the city council and the school districts. That's really honestly what it is. We just gotta, we got better planning in the future. So the last 10 years of uncontrolled growth and bad planning has screwed us. So anyway. Also, next issue is recruiting and retaining quality police and city employees. This could be something that's a bit of a non-issue if done correctly and people are treated well in the city, and we could retain really good employees at the city. But if we have some tyrant getting in there and treating people bad, you will just see the city go downhill fast. All the good employees will leave and won't be able to hire anybody because no one will work in a miserable place. It's kind of common sense, right? So again, leadership has to monitor that. And if you monitor it correctly, it's a non-issue, or it's a huge issue. All right, last one is avoid centralization of power, keep decision-making local. Everyone likes this one. Keep the power in the hands of the people. Means, decentralization of power. You want to say hi, buddy? This is my son. So, actually, his school, it was supposed to be his school, just right around the corner over there we can't go to. So we're just showing everybody. You want to see pictures of you? Oh, you want to turn around? Turn around. Say hi. Hey,
hi.
Hey, buddy.
This is me now. That's me like a month ago or so.
Yeah, that's an expensive photo.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway.
I know.
You want to say hi to the people? Say hi to the people.
Hi.
They can't see you. Say hi. Cool. You want to come down the side and talk to them? No. All right. You want some water? Sorry. So hello, Nisa. How are you doing? We're at the park. So we're just showing people some of the issues. And this mission I was on for a few years. I'll just talk about this one. Indonesian Special Forces. I had to convince them and a bunch of Indonesian soldiers to protect our mission over there, and because we didn't have weapons in that country. They were armed, we were not, and we were doing some stuff there. And I was the security officer representing the general officer. So I had to coordinate with the local forces. And I had to learn how to speak their language because, they were short on translators. So in 2009 was my first mission over there. I had to literally just in a few short weeks figure out how to communicate with these guys really quick. Luckily, I like learning new languages. And Indonesian is not that hard to learn. So I was able to get these guys to work for us. And again, this is my first time with the war. That was, I'm surprised I never used that photo in 2016. But I found that photo. I thought people might want to see it. Of course, with my kids not too long ago. And that's at the Memorial Day with my wife, remembering my fallen friends from the military. So that's that. Anyway, if you want to learn more, go to markforirvine.com. Everything is there. Ruben just commented, they drink snake blood. Yeah, that was not their special forces. If you saw that article recently on the news, it was like 6 months ago, and it was actually... I forget the name of that battalion, but it's literally their performance battalion, like their acting battalion of entertainers. I've seen them perform dancing and stuff in Bogor, Indonesia. So that really, I don't think that was their special forces. It was like their acting battalion. And it's funny how the media got that wrong. This guy with the red berets, those are actually the Special Forces guys. They're called the Kopassus. And I'll leave you with one last interesting story. So there I was in 2011. I was outside of customs and I'm waiting for about 30 or 40 soldiers. By that time I was the advance party in Indonesia, in Jakarta. I was working at the embassy, getting security, ready for the oncoming few hundred soldiers we had coming in to do our mission. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for hours. My friend Victor, now Major, he goes out of the customs area and he's like, come here. So I walk in there and they have all of our equipment seized at customs. And I'm like, there's some corrupt customs agent trying to hold our stuff and saying, to this Major Tom was his name, Taum. He says, you got to pay like this customs fee for us to release your equipment. He's like, no, this is U.S. Army equipment, embassy equipment, we have all this protection for this mission with the U.S. military. And this guy, he is Indonesian corrupt Indonesian official at the airport. He's trying to seize our stuff, and all of our stuff is like computer parts, like thumb drives back in 2011, and we need them for our mission. And they're still individually packaged, like, oh no, this is for resale, customs fees. And I walk in there and I greet this guy in Indonesian, and I'm like, hey, I'm from the, I work with the U.S. Embassy, and his language is Indonesian. So, and mind you, these soldiers are all Filipino soldiers, Filipino Americans, right, out of Hawaii. And I'm the only white guy. And I walk in there and I'm speaking his language, and I'm like, Apa kabar, saya Mark, Lieutenant, Newgent, Polisi Militaire, blah 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 in Indonesian. And I said, please release this stuff immediately so we can go on our mission. And he's like, no, screw you. I was okay. I told him, I said, I'm going to call the military, the TNI. And it's a Tentara Nasional Indonesia. And the U.S. Army, the Indonesian Army is like calling the Secret Service. There is nothing higher than the Indonesian military in Indonesia. They're the highest authority of 300 million people. It's like, and this guy's like, you're a joke, go away. And I was like, you know what? I tried to call my Major Suhendro, and he didn't answer the phone. I said, fine. It's like 2 a.m. And I said, sir, I'm going to call Special Forces, the Kopassus, which was this guy. Actually, I said, if you don't release this stuff right now, I said, we need this. So I called this guy at 1:32 a.m, Deddy. And he put him on the phone and said, hey, Deddy, this is what's going on. I'm stuck at the airport in Jakarta International. I need these I need my soldiers released to do our mission. Wherein this guy, he's actually at the hotel, armed, guarding our people. So, and then I put him on the phone, and all you hear this corrupt customs agent in Jakarta, Indonesia. He's on the phone with this guy right here, and all you hear is yapak, 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 which means yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And about 30 seconds later, he hangs up the phone, gives it back to me, and says, "You're on your way, sir." And then all these senior officials are like, "What just happened?" And at the time, it's actually right around this time this photo was taken, I was a second lieutenant with a gold bar. And all these majors and high-ranking American officials, they're like, what just happened? Mark Newgent in his civilian clothes walks in there speaking Indonesian, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, these police officers, these customs agents, release our equipment. And my friend Victor, to this day, it was like something out of a movie. He always tells that story, that I just walked in there and said, no, you're going to release this stuff right now, or I'm calling the CIA, Black Ops, whatever. Because these guys are the equivalent to like Secret Service in that country. So that's one good memory of my service that I'll share with you. I'm not going to share the bad memories other than the good stuff, but that to this day was interesting. And I was sitting there in a foreign country having to learn how to speak their language to get our soldiers, away from this customs hold area, because they were trying to seize our equipment for corrupt means. So I just thought that was an interesting story I'd share with you guys. So anyway, actually, I think I might just leave this broadcast up. This has been a fun one, and not often do I share that story about working with these special forces. But anyway, this guy actually passed away not too long ago. He had a heart attack, and I thought I'd leave that photo up. And if you go back to 1999, we were almost, I wouldn't say at war with Indonesia, but they had a big issue in East Timor. And they have an uprising, and Indonesian army had some issues there, and you guys can Google it yourself. Well, anyway, as a result of that, in 1999, we cut off all military supplies to the Indonesian army. Then they reestablished, and then basically their military rotted over the course of many years in Indonesia. And then we reestablished in 2008 military-to-military ties with the Indonesian military, and that was called Garuda Shield 2008. And I started coming on the mission Garuda Shield 2009, 10, 11, those 3 years. And this was, I believe, that was in 2010. So I had one more year on top of this, that mission. So to reestablish military to military ties, so our militaries wouldn't go to war with each other. And now we're, it's peaceful. So that was probably some of the most interesting times. I'm most proud of those missions in my military career because I was able to use my brain. I got a really, really big award for heroic achievement for that one while I was unarmed. Yeah, Will, want to say hi to everybody? We'll shut the camera off. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut the camera off. My son wants to go home, mostly because there's no kids out here. So I think I might just leave this up. Again, you guys can contact me anytime. I'm easy to get a hold of. And you guys can Facebook me. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi to our friends? All right, guys. So thanks for joining me. Again, my name is Mark Newgent, running for Irvine City Council. Remember, I'm the retired Army captain on the ballot. Please tell your friends. If you guys have it in your heart to make a donation, even a $5 token donation will help. It'll buy us one sign. You're going to see these signs all over the city here starting the 6th of September. Anyway, guys, please share the broadcast, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you guys take care.